It is converting the electrical energy into the light energy. Let's say if I talk about speaker, speaker itself is not a transducer, but speaker in itself is having one small device or equipment which is acting as a transducer. Like it is, speaker is converting the electrical energy into the sound energy. Likewise, mic. So if we are speaking in a mic, so what mic is doing? It is converting the sound energy into the electrical. The mic is converting sound energy into the electrical energy. So there is a transducer inside a mic. Moreover, if we talk about like optic fiber, optic fiber is carrying what? Optic fiber is carrying the internet signals, right? And it is carrying the internet signals in terms of light. So before optic fiber, there is a device which is converting the electrical pulses into the light signals or the data streams into the light form. So the device which is converting those electrical signals into light form is actually known as transducer. So transducer is actually any device, it is any sort of device which is converting one form of energy into another form of energy. So everyone understand what is transducer? Yes, students, are you with me? Do you understand the meaning of a term transducer?
Yes.
Transducer is any device, it is written here, transducer is any device that converts energy from one form to another. Now comes the term called as piezoelectric. So the most prominent and the very important part of the whole ultrasound device is the transducer, is the machine which is actually transmitting, which is actually made up of piezoelectric material. So what is a piezoelectric material? It is just a type of material to which if we just apply the voltage, right? It is a type of a material जिसको अगर हम voltage दें, if we apply a voltage across it, it either deforms, like it is going to get shorter in its length or shape or size, or might be it can get extended as well, right? So what is happening when a voltage is applied across the piezoelectric? So the shape of the piezoelectric material changes. The shape of the piezoelectric material changes. And opposite also happens. What opposite is happening? Like by any of a mechanism, if we compress or deform any piezoelectric crystal or piezoelectric material, a voltage is going to be formed across its end. So that is the reason why we are using the piezoelectric materials inside the ultrasounds. So basically, first we are just going to explore how they are going to be used in the ultrasound technology. But first, you should be knowing or understanding the meaning of piezoelectric effect or a piezoelectric device. So what is piezoelectric effect or a piezoelectric material? Any material, if a voltage is applied across it, it gets deformed. Or if we deform any of the piezoelectric material, a voltage will be produced across it. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So piezoelectric effect को define कैसे करेंगे? It is the ability of a particular material to generate a potential difference by transferring a mechanical energy to the electrical energy and vice versa. Are you understanding the meaning of a piezoelectric material? तो piezoelectric material के क्रॉस हम वोल्टेज अप्लाई करेंगे, तो it will be converted into a material which is going to get deformed. It is going to get what? It is going to get deformed. And any material, if a piezoelectric material is deformed, opposite can also happens that a voltage is going to appear across it, right? Voltage is going to appear across it. Is the meaning of piezoelectric clear? Yes,
Yes,
student,
sir.
please tell me. Is the meaning of piezoelectric material clear? What piezoelectric material is actually doing? Please speak up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the whole story being written about the piezoelectric, so I can read it out for you. So in the center of a piezoelectric transducer, there is a piezoelectric crystal. So by the way, piezoelectric crystal is made up of what material? Normally, it is made up of quartz. And what is a quartz? It is actually being formed of a material like silicon dioxide, SiO2, right? So one of the most common piezoelectric crystal is quartz. It is formed of silicon dioxide. So what happens that piezoelectric crystals are materials which produce an EMF when they are deformed. And this deformation can be either due to compression or stretching. तो अगर किसी piezoelectric material को EMF provide करें तो वो या compress हो सकता है या वो expand कर सकता है या stretch हो सकता है. And opposite also happens. If we somehow compress or stretch the piezoelectric material, then it is going to create what around it? A voltage or an EMF. So it works in both ways. So if a potential difference is applied to a piezoelectric crystal, then it deforms. And if the potential difference is reversed, then it expands. So this also happens. अगर हम alternating voltage apply करते हैं किसी भी piezoelectric material के cross. So if current is flowing in one direction, might be the piezoelectric is going to expand, but if the current is going to reverse its direction, the piezoelectric material is going to get compressed. So in if current is flowing through them in one direction, it makes the material get compressed, and in an opposite direction, it makes the material to get expand. Are you understanding? So if there is going to be a DC current, if there is going to be a DC current, so only one thing will happen. Only one thing happens. What one thing happens? Either it is going to get compressed or it is going to stretch. Either it is going to compress or it is going to stretch. And in the case of AC, in the case of AC, if in one case at one time the piezo material is going to compress and in other time या other half cycle के time में AC की second half cycle के time में it is going to get stretched. So in one case it is going to compress and stretch if the direction of current or EMF is reversing. So this is the meaning of this statement. If potential difference applied to piezoelectric crystal, then it deforms, and if the potential difference is reversed, then it expands. So if the direction is reversed for the potential difference, the the type of deformation of the material is going to also get reversed. So if there's an alternating potential difference, then the crystal will vibrate at same frequency as the alternating voltage. तो इसका मतलब क्या हो रहा होगा, एक टाइम पे आपका पीजो इलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल कंप्रेस हो रहा होगा, फिर एक्सपैंड हो रहा होगा, फिर कंप्रेस हो रहा होगा, फिर एक्सपैंड. So when a piezoelectric material is continuously compressing and expanding, compressing and expanding, it means it will begin to vibrate. The piezoelectric material is going to vibrate. So when piezoelectric begin to vibrate, and it also begins to vibrate with the same frequency to the frequency of the alternating voltage provided to it. तो जो alternating voltage एक piezoelectric को provide की गई, उसी voltage के साथ इसने oscillate करना है, vibrate करना है. And you know, the frequency जो कि apply की जा रही होती है, that is called as driving frequency. और जिस frequency के साथ object खुद जो है ऑसिलेट कर रहा होता है या वाइब्रेट कर रहा होता है, दैट इज नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी. तो अगर ऑब्जेक्ट की नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी और ड्राइविंग फ्रीक्वेंसी मैच कर जाए, तो कौन सा फिनोमेना टेक प्लेस करता है? अब फिनोमेना ऑफ रेजोनेंस इज गोइंग टू टेक प्लेस. So crystal must be cut to certain size so that it induce the resonance. So how a piezoelectric crystal behave? We are going to apply the voltage across it. The voltage is alternating voltage. This alternating voltage in one direction will compress the material, and in other direction it will stretch the piezoelectric crystal. So in a continuous way, in a short interval, when the material or when the piezoelectric crystal is compressing and stretching, it is continuously vibrating. It is continuously vibrating. So when it is continuously vibrating, it means a time it is going to vibrate with a similar frequency with which an alternating current is passing through it. So it means your crystal is going to get distort, and it is going to have a phenomena called as resonance. And resonance is the time when that crystal will be producing what? Ultrasounds. So we are going to use this phenomena coming in the crystal in the coming ultrasound part. So what is the most common sort of piezoelectric crystal is being used? The most common one is called as quartz, which is made from the lattice of silicon dioxide atoms. So when the lattice is distorted, the structure becomes charged, creating an electric field and creating an electric current. And if an electric current to the crystal uh, is applied to the crystal, then it causes the shape of the lattice to get alternate, and it produces what? It produces the sound wave. तो हम जब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी खुद देंगे, करंट खुद देंगे, तो क्या होगा? It is going to make the piezoelectric material vibrate, and then it is going to produce a sound wave. और उसके रिवर्स में करेंगे तो ऑपोजिट में ये होगा कि if we are going to compress the piezoelectric material, it is going to generate the electric pulses. So due to the conventional direction of electric current, it will flow from the positive to the negative region of the crystal. जी, अभी तक वर्किंग या बिहेवियर समझ आ गया आपको? हाउ डज द piezoelectric material behave? Yes, students, please tell me. Hello people, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So what is happening to piezoelectric material? Let me summarize it again. Piezoelectric material is actually made up of quartz, and quartz is actually formed of silicon dioxide. It is having a property that if we apply a voltage across it, it gets deformed. या वो छोटा हो जाएगा या वो बड़ा हो जाएगा साइज में. और reverse also happens to the piezoelectric. So if the piezoelectric crystal is being compressed or stressed, so what happens? It is going to produce the electrical pulses. It is going to produce a current or a voltage across it, right? So if we are providing an alternating voltage across the piezoelectric crystal, so what will happen? If we apply the alternating voltage across the piezoelectric crystal, so what happens? If it is compressing at one time during one positive half cycle of the AC signal, it will stretch during the negative half cycle. और ये continuously कभी compress होगा, कभी stretch होगा, कभी compress होगा, कभी stretch होगा. So in this way, it will begin to vibrate. And when it vibrates with the frequency of the applied voltage. And when the driving frequency and the natural frequency of the piezoelectric matches, it is going to create a phenomena of resonance, which will be producing the sound wave, which is actually the ultrasounds. Yes, students, is the phenomena clear for now about the piezoelectric?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are going to use this piezoelectric effect in the case of ultrasounds. So actually, this piezoelectric crystal can be seen like this way. I just taught you that piezoelectric crystal. The example of piezoelectric is quartz. Quartz is a molecule, is a compound actually formed of the combination of silicon and oxygen, and it's a chain sort of structure it is having. Silicon dioxide. So two molecules of silicon dioxide are joined together to form one of the piezoelectric uh, crystal. So this is the chemical composition of the piezoelectric crystal. So you can see, okay, let's say at one instant, if our quad crystal is compressed, so for instance, the above end is negative and the bottom one is creating a positive. So if we just expand or stretch this crystal, so what I can witness, the silicon part will become, the above one will become positive and bottom one will be representing a negative region in terms of the potential difference terminals, like one acting as a positive, the other acting as a negative. तो ये सिर्फ ये बात बता रहा है कि डायरेक्शन ऑफ फ्लो ऑफ करंट रिवर्स हो जाता है. तो एक केस में अगर वो कंप्रेस हो रहा था तो दूसरे केस में वो स्ट्रेच होगा. This is only being depicted or described or shown in this diagram. So where we can use these piezoelectric transducers can be used in the microphone. Like in microphone, what is happening? Our sound energy is converted into electrical energy. So when sound waves are being absorbed by the piezoelectric, so what it is doing, it is going to get deformed and going to create a potential difference across it, and that potential difference is going to produce a current, and that current moves on to the speaker. And what happens in the case of ultrasound? So, we are going to just see the detailed explanation of the piezoelectric in the ultrasound as well. So, piezoelectric transducers are used in ultrasound. जब ultrasound send करने हैं signal, so electrical signal is converted into sound wave, and when receive करने हैं वही signals, so होगा क्या कि sound waves are converted back into electrical pulses, and all is happening using what sort of transducers? We will be using piezoelectric transducers for such mechanism. Yes, is this fine as of now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, moving onwards to the next part. Uh, in exam, the most important about the ultrasound is one of the question appears that how the ultrasounds are going to be generated, and next is how they are going to be used. So these two questions for almost 4 marks or 5 marks do appear in your exam. So let's see what theoretical thing we are having or we are possessing at the moment. So let's begin with the working of the ultrasound. So you can also see that it's an actually a working principle of an ultrasound as well. So what's happening here? So first of all, what is an ultrasound is? Ultrasound is actually it is it is a sound wave which is having high frequency. You people are pretty aware that we can observe the sound in between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. We can hear the frequency range in between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So if the any of the sound is having a frequency above any of the frequency is above 20,000 hertz, if the frequency of the sound is above 20,000 hertz, In that specific case, such sound wave is called as ultrasound. Okay? So how you can define an ultrasound? A high frequency sound above the above the audibility above the audibility range of human hearing. A high frequency sound above the audibility range of human hearing is known as ultrasound. Is called as ultrasound. So ultrasound is defined as a high frequency sound above the audibility range of human hearing. That sound is called as ultrasound. So let's see how it works, what is present inside the ultrasound. So first of all, you would have definitely seen the ultrasound where the ultrasounds are happening. It is having a very wide usage in the medical field. And what you can witness about it is that normally, if you want to witness the diagnose any of the body parts, ultrasound is being carried out for that. For example, kidney, if you want to see any stone or any malfunctioning of the kidney, so ultrasound is being done for that. The very important one, like if you want to see the growth and the promotion and the developments in the fetus present in the womb, in the in the stomach. So, like prenatal scanning, in the case of prenatal scanning, these ultrasounds are being carried out very frequently for the patients. So, what actually it is doing? Ultrasounds are entering into the body. They are reflecting from the different surface present inside the body, and that reflected ultrasound helps us to carry out or figure out the diagram or the picture of the ailment or of the respective part which is to be observed on the screen. And for carrying out the ultrasound, there is one knob, or there is a sort of one semicircular sort of bottle is being pasted on the required part of the body, and that is actually called as ultrasound transducer. So what this ultrasound transducer is having a capability of, it can act it can act both as a transmitter, it can both act as a transmitter of ultrasound, and it can act as a receiver of ultrasound. This ultrasounds These ultrasounds are being transmitted by the ultrasound transducers, and these ultrasounds are going to be received by the ultrasound transducer. So transducer is doing what? It is transmitting and likewise receiving the ultrasounds at the same time. So what are the different parts of this transducer we are having? So very important part is the piezoelectric crystal. So you're going to see there is a piezoelectric, the one being shown in this hole of a light blue color. This is a piezoelectric crystal. And we have just studied that piezoelectric crystal is having this capability that it can either produce voltage upon getting deformed, or if a voltage is applied to it, it can get deformed both ways. So applying voltage, it gets deformed, and if we deform, conversely, it can give out the voltage as well. So piezoelectric crystal or a piezoelectric material is is present. Piezoelectric crystal is present in the ultrasound transducer. So what will happen in this specific case? There is going to be a piezoelectric crystal being embedded. It is being embedded in the electrodes, and the electrodes are generally of silver metal plates, silver metal plates. So silver metal plates, this dark blue one, and the right side. the writer plate, the dark blue one. So both of these plates are actually made up of silver. So silver metal plates and piezoelectric crystal is embedded in between the silver metal plates. Next to it is there is going to be one damping material. Why there is a need of a damping material? So just to control the frequency of the piezoelectric material. There is going to be a plastic nose. The surface of this transducer is made up of plastic nose, and this back outer part is whole is made up of metal casing, and then there is one power cable which is going to the source or to the machine, ultrasound machine. And there is inside the casing there is one acoustic insulator. What's the purpose of this acoustic insulator is I'm going to be just going to see later. So this is the basic structure of the ultrasound transducer. So everything is being written here as well. So the ultrasounds are actually having a frequency about 20 kilohertz, which are used for different medical applications. An ultrasound transducer is made up of piezo crystals and electrodes, which generally produce the alternating voltage. The crystal is heavily damped. Why the crystal is heavily damped? Usually it is made up of some epoxy resins, and why it is heavily damped? To control or stop the crystal from vibrating too very much. We actually do not want this crystal to vibrate so largely. So if we want to increase the resolution of the results carried out, uh, we are going to increase the frequency of the ultrasounds. Yes, is this clear? The initial part of the ultrasound machine. So we have just discussed about the initial ultrasound nozzle, or you can say a transducer, which is just giving out the ultrasound or is receiving the ultrasounds. Yes, any problem so far?
No, sir.
Okay. Students, this session is going to end like in 2 minutes, so I will request each one of you to rejoin after the 2 minutes part, right? Okay. So next is about the ultrasound machine. So in the case of ultrasound machine, an ultrasound machine with a piezoelectric crystal. So what is happening? There is one ultrasound machine present, and next to the ultrasound machine, there is a piezoelectric crystal, means there is going to be a transducer. So what ultrasound machine can do? It can produce the electric pulses, and this piezoelectric crystal will be converting it into the ultrasounds. These are actually what? These are ultrasounds. So this machine converts the electrical, this is an electric signal. So it converts electric signals into the ultrasounds, and this piezoelectric crystal is having this capability that it it absorbs what? It absorbs the ultrasound, it absorbs the ultrasound, and it converts the piezoelectric material, it converts the ultrasounds into the electrical signal. So this piezoelectric material is having a capability of doing both. So ultrasound machine can give the electrical signals, and ultrasound machine can receive the electrical signals. So this is just a simple description. Okay, what piezoelectric crystal can do? It can convert the given electrical signals into ultrasound pulses, or this piezoelectric machine can convert the ultrasound signals into electrical pulses. Yes, is this fine?